We're going to move to a slightly different feature here. Mr. Dimitri has come into the studio today with an entire list of questions here. Stump the PI attorney, and we're going to see if I can't answer a few of those to help out people. So,
thanks, John. I've always wondered about this thing. If I get in a car crash and the other driver is at fault, and this is in the context of preserving both my credibility and ability to recover monetary damages, should I be able to prove some. Let's say a guy's in a car crash. He gets banged up a little bit, some bruises, some aches, maybe a bloody lip. But that doesn't seem like enough to go to the hospital in an ambulance. If a guy is a little sore, he's probably going to think, I'll just give it a few days, a couple of weeks, I'll get better. So he declines the ambulance services, goes home, and over the next couple of weeks, some of the bruises heal, but now, the neck is getting a little bit more painful, or the knee is getting a little more painful. And then he finally goes to the urgent care, and they said, oh, yeah, you've got all of this damage, and it's actually serious to moderate to serious damage. Did this hypothetical guy really give up any of his ability to recover by not going to the hospital right away?
He hasn't given it up, but he has certainly made it more difficult to carry his burden of proof. So as the plaintiff in the accident, you have the burden of proving that all of the claimed injuries were reasonable, necessary, and related to the accident, okay? And so that's really the reason why we really try to get people to go to the emergency room, go to urgent care, do whatever they can do to help begin to document those injuries. So even if you go and get discharged, say, and just monitor and see how you feel in a few days, and then you find out that it's much more serious, at least you kind of put a place marker in place that you can go back and say, I went, and this is what they told me to do. One of the worst things that I just hate seeing is people that go home and then get on YouTube and figure out what the exercises are to do to help my neck at home and stuff like that, because let me tell you, that has zero credibility that you had that problem, that you did those exercises, that a doctor would have told you to do those exercises, or worse yet, that you would have been instructed to take off work or any of those things. I mean, you've got to keep in mind that you have that burden of proof, and it starts from the moment that crash ends until the moment that we sit down and work out a settlement with that insurance company.
And is it better to go from the perspective of maintaining credibility in the context of proving these damages? Is it better to go to the emergency room or going to, the nearest urgent care, which will probably cost $20,000 less per visit? Are those two about the same, or is it better to go to someplace really serious, even though if you don't feel like you really need to be in the back of an ambulance right now?
Well, you don't have to take an ambulance to the ER. And many people, if their car is drivable or if they have a family member that comes out to the scene, they'll take their own vehicle to the ER and get checked out. And that's perfectly fine. Some people have, for instance, Kaiser, and they want to go to a Kaiser doctor or a Kaiser hospital instead of the one right across the street where they're going to get taken. And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? I have nothing against an urgent care facility either. However, most urgent care facilities aren't going to have the ability to do an MRI. Only some of them have the ability to do x-rays. Not all of them have really high-end x-rays and stuff. So the quality of the care that you get, if you have something more than just a bump and a bruise, may really be better at the emergency room than at the urgent care center. As far as the cost of it is concerned, I get that, but we run into that in every case. I mean, we're juggling available sources of payment between MedPay, private health insurance, liens, anything under the sun to try to get our clients the care that they need. So it's better to take care of you and let us worry about the bill down the road than it is to not get the care at all and not spend that money.